Hello, good evening, everyone. I welcome you all for the talk show Beyond Education, Inspiring Stories to Inspire the World, organized by ITYM Group of Companies. It is a unique talk show that comes up with the stories of inspiring people. Today, we are here with a multi-talented and dynamic Siddhi Johari ma'am from Jodhpur as the guest speaker. I welcome you, ma'am, for the show to what a woman can accomplish. With the growing importance of women in every field of the community, we can see that a lot more women have made it big. Then, be it the field of business, entrepreneurship, entertainment, politics, or social work, there is a lot we can learn from these successful women. Successful women are clear about their goals. They believe they have a right to achieve the goals. Mrs. Siddhi Johari is a role model and a young achiever. The director, she is honored with hundreds of awards. Also been blessed with many national and international recognitions. She is a lady of substance who represented state of Rajasthan on national and international levels and won the title of Mrs. India International 2019, Mrs. Galaxy India 2019, Mrs. Rajasthan India International 2019, Mrs. Rajasthan Queen 2019. Professionally, she is a clinical biochemist and faculty of nursing students and also a business entrepreneur. Social activist by passion, she is the national brand ambassador of health education of India, and ambassador for women empowerment under sustainable development goals of UN. She is a motivational speaker, writer, groomer, mentor, and has conducted numerous workshops and webinars on women empowerment, nutrition awareness, personality grooming, confidence building, communication skills, stage appearance, and public speaking. She is the brand ambassador and special ambassador of many projects at state and national level as well. So this was a short about our guest speaker. So ma'am, can we start with the interaction now? Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for the wonderful introduction. I was thoroughly enjoying. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are a clinical biochemist and also working as a faculty for the nursing students. My first question is, how do you as a student and when did you start thinking about participating in beauty pageants?
Well, honestly speaking, it would be not really believable, but this is a fact that participating in beauty pageants was never my cup of tea. It was never in my bucket list also. I never dreamt of actually participating in something as such, because being a medico, I was always so much into studies and my own field. But somehow, like the saying goes, when there is something written in your destiny, then definitely it comes to you. And somehow it just crosses your life in such a way that you really get incorporated and automatically the pathways keep opening. So somehow something as such has happened. And this was something really interesting, like being a hardcore medico and being a medical professional. While I was working with AIMS Jodhpur, there was something like I just came to know that some sort of beauty pageant was happening first in my city. So that is, I'm talking of 2015, back then in 2015. So I started with that. And un- uh, during that, during that very competition, I won the prestigious title of Mrs. Jodhpur. So this I'm talking about 2015. So this was the first title I won in Jodhpur. So here I would like to mention a little about my basic introduction. So basically I come from Kathmandu. So it's just been like 8 years I have settled in Jodhpur. So that was my first very victory in Jodhpur, as in the beauty industry, or as in the glamour world. So this was the first beginning. And later on, because of the motivation of my family and friends and well-wishers like you and all our viewers, I was encouraged that why not, Siddhi, you participate further, because if you have these looks and personality and the right ingredients, if you have, then you should go ahead. So that was the reason that kept me somehow interested, that okay, my medical field is there, I'm working with my own expertise, then why not to try the other side also. So I kept participating, and uh, gradually I became winner at the state level. Then I got the chance to represent myself at the national level. And when I gave the auditions for Mrs. Galaxy Queen India, then when the final results were declared, then I came to know that I was the one who was supposed to represent the state at the national levels. So, which was a really big news that time. And it was indeed not less than a victory itself. But yes, the journey was left, and a lot of experience was yet to come. And I gave the rest of the auditions, the different rounds of the auditions, and when the final result was there, as I shared with you, I was the final contestant from the state Rajasthan, and I had to represent the state. And then the pageant was conducted, and meanwhile there were again different rounds, including talent round and including so many other step by step the other rounds and competitions. And when the result was declared, yes, I became the winner, and I brought the crown, the national crown, to my city, Jodhpur. So this is how it has started. And further, I was given the opportunity to represent again my state, that is Rajasthan, at the international level. And that's how I went for Mrs. India International pageant. And luckily, by God's grace, I became the winner there again and became the title winner. So I got the crown of Mrs. India International too. So this is how it has actually occurred. And it was never actually in my dream also that I would be participating in something like this or representing my state in this field and would be a crown winner. Actually, not. But yes, God has been great. And as a student, yes, you had one more question. As a student, I was a very dedicated student. I have always been a scholar, and so far a topper. In my medical studies also, I have been a gold medalist. So I was really a hardworking student, you can say. And I used to love that. It was like studying was my passion always.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And congratulations, first of all, for winning so many titles.
Thank
And
you so much.
you have been titled Miss India International, Mrs. Rajasthan India International, Mrs. Rajasthan Queen. So now I just want to ask, how did you prepare for such competitions? Because every competition will be having some different kind of rounds. You would have to appear for so many auditions, prepare for that. So how did you prepare for that? And what were the rounds actually in all this?
So there was, first of all, let me tell you that there were two pageants. One was national pageant and one was international pageant. So national one was Mrs. Galaxy Queen India. So for that, it was really something very, very different experience for me, because I hope you can understand, being completely a medical professional and suddenly the glamour world. It was like a complete, drastic, very, very different kind of experience for me. So, and one more interesting thing I would like to mention here, that when I had to represent my state in this national pageant, my baby was just 12 months. And I had a big, of course, as a mother, you can understand that it was a big responsibility on me, because the baby was very, very young one. And with her, it was really not quite imaginable that I would be doing something like this. So that was little, a kind of skeptical thing in my mind initially. But later on, it's very prevalent quote that when there is a will, there is always a beautiful way. So yes, when I had this opportunity that I have to participate in this, so I prepared myself that now the Almighty has given me this opportunity, then why not to just give my fullest? And why not to use my entire potential here and give my best no matter what I win or lose? But I just have to give my best. And that was the only thing in my mind. And yes, accordingly, I started preparing. The first challenge was because I was a newly made mom. So I was quite having a little, you know, I was little, I would say that yes, I was a bit healthy because as a newly made mom, it's obvious that we gain weight. So a woman will definitely understand that how it actually goes after post delivery. Yes. So I started preparing with my workout. I started my own diet charts. I started following my fitness regime. I started a lot many personality development tutorials, and all I did by myself. I used to go for my workouts, I used to follow my routine, and hence it was very helpful for me for the final day because everything counts a lot. So this is how it was conducted.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And as you were telling that when you appeared for a pageant, that time your baby was just
Your voice is breaking, ma'am.
1 year old. So I think it would have been again more difficult. You're affordable, ma'am?
Yes, now it's quite okay. The voice was breaking.
Ma'am, I'm audible.
It's not quite clear.
Okay, it may be news. Um, yeah. Now, can I
Yes,
speak now?
quite better.
Yes. Yeah, ma'am, I was asking, how did you retain your fitness after being a mother?
I was always a fitness freak. I always have been, touch wood, I always have been blessed with good metabolism. So then, because there was this transitional phase, as I mentioned, that yes, I had a little baby. So that time I had put on a little. So for my fitness, I was very much dedicated and devoted. I never used to miss my Zumba classes. And yes, my favorite workout has always been Zumba because it's a very energy filled workout and, of course, full of energy. And it is a best way to start your mornings. So it's not just a workout, but I believe it's a deep healing also because it's done with music. So that's something really, I would say it's healing for me. It's a very good start. So, yes, I did Zumba, and then I was very much I was a big follower for a good diet which was including a balanced diet, of course, all the basic nutrients, and less of the oily and fried items, and it was zero sugar completely. So that's how I maintained the fitness, and by God's grace, it was luckily I shaded like 12 kgs within 2 months. So it was something really a good result, I would say. And this was something I believe we all go through. We women, we being as women, we do understand like post pregnancy, there are a lot of body changes. So that was like 2-3 months period of time when I was little, not little, actually, I became too much healthier than what you're seeing me now. So yes, that was a quite I would say it was a challenge to come back to my shape. But yes, within 2-3 months, I came back to my shape. And when I was declared as the finalist for the pageant, then I made it sure that jo bacha kucha bhi tha, I needed to come back to my shape. So that was the main formula of a good diet and a good workout. And yes, combined with a pinch of meditation. So I believe that was a wonderful combination for me.
Yes, ma'am, really you would have actually worked hard because 12 kgs and losing 12 kgs in 2 months, actually, that must have involved a lot of hard work, in fact. Ma'am, I'm just, when we are in our career, we are trying to build up our career, we have to face a lot of challenges also. So you must have also faced some of the challenges. So what were those challenges?
Luckily, I would mention here very, very frankly and honestly that I was always a blessed kid in terms of family, in terms of support from my husband, in terms of support even from my small kiddo. I really was lucky enough that I got support from all sides. Uh, it was like it became a mission of my entire family that if I'm supposed to do this, if I'm supposed to take this step, or if I'm starting something in my career, then it was a combined effort of my family, of my husband, of my all entire family members. So it was a team effort, I would say. And if you really want to know the challenge as such, as I said, that there was nothing like a very um, I won't say it was really full of struggles, but yes, for me, it was the only challenge that I faced was yes, I had a very younger baby. And for that, yes, being a mother, I had many responsibilities and even I was working. So I had to balance my work, my baby, my core responsibilities at home, being a homemaker also, because yes, every woman is first a homemaker. And then she's, you know, her all designations come after that, I believe, because first we need to look after our home, our baby, our basic set of responsibilities. So that thing was there to make a balance, to make a right balance of everything. I had to take everything all together, and that too making a balance. So yeah, that was little challenging because I used to have really hectic schedules already, and when this added up, it was like I really had quite a lot of hectic schedules in managing my entire timings. But yes, I believe when we are determined and when we are strongly committed that yes, we have to do this, then universe also gives us the energy to do it, and somehow things automatically fall into place. And when we determine like we have to do something, then automatically it happens. And that's how I have been I really, that was a driving force, I would say. So things kept happening and I kept moving with the flow.
Yes, ma'am, that is wonderful. Because I just wanted to know about what kind of exercise and diet routine you follow to remain fit now. Because you
As
told
I
about
Yes, as I mentioned, my favorite workout, it was Zumba. I still continue that.
when you are preparing for a PhD. And now there are many girls actually in India too. There are many girls who desire to go for beauty pageants, but they don't have that way. They don't know where to go, how to participate. So, ma'am, what can be done for such girls, those who want to participate in beauty pageants?
Yes, this is one of the most common question that I always am asked in all the interviews. So for all the budding girls who aspire to be models or who aspire to participate in beauty pageants or represent their country or state somewhere in a bigger platform, for them, I would strongly suggest that first work on your personality. Now, here, personality doesn't mean your just physical appearance, your intellectual, your confidence, your communication skills, your public exposure, your intellectual level, and your overall persona really matters a lot. So, first, work on that. Make it so strong that no matter what, you never lose your confidence. No matter what, never lose your determination. Never get upset with the challenges that comes within or in front of you, because a woman, a lady, a girl first needs to be very, very confident. As I always say, believe in yourself and the world will believe in you. So always have the self belief that whatever you are doing or whatever you are going to do, you are going to give your best and you are going to rock. So, with this attitude, if you step into something, not just into beauty pageants, but I would say that in all other working arena also, you will definitely cross a bigger milestone if you have that confidence, if you have that self belief. Secondly, Particularly if you want me to answer about participating into beauty pageants, then please have this concept and the perception clear that for beauty pageants, it's not just necessary that you have to look beautiful. You have to look fair or beautiful, or you have to be tall, or you have to have good features. No, it's a myth. You have to, first of all, be very much well balanced in terms of, as I mentioned, your entire personality, the entire components of the personality. There should be right proportion of each and every trait of your personality. So work on that. Secondly, you should start uh, with the smaller steps. Step by step, you should go ahead. Like if you really aspire to represent at national level or international levels, then first you have to start with your city. Like I'll give my example here. I first became Mrs. Jodhpur, then I went ahead. I became state level winner, Mrs. Rajasthan. Then I represented myself at this national level and I represented my state. Now, the current scenario is that I'm eligible to represent my country at Mrs. World or Mrs. Universe contest. So that is something else, but I'm just mentioning here that move step by step, move one step at a time. So the more exposure you get, the more experience you'll earn, and accordingly, you will be having lot of experiences and learnings. So start with a little.
Yes, ma'am. We should start with a little. That's really great. And as you were telling that for when the beauty pageants, it is not at all important that one should be fair, one should be tall and beautiful and all. Yes, of course that, ma'am. Like along with this, like we have to be aware of our fitness, aware of the diet, and what are all those qualities or the skills that should be developed by a person to participate in this kind of competitions?
See, as I answered you before, one has to be completely aware that beauty and brain both equally matter. Rather, I would more focus on your intellect, what is present here, how much gray matter you have in your head. That really matters a lot. Yes, being beautiful is like a cherry on the cake, but you need to be beautiful first by your mind and then also by your heart. Your thought process should be rich. And yes, you need to have uh, a strong personality. You need to have a balanced persona. You need to have a great confidence, which should be reflected on your face bulletin, I would say. So you really need to have, really need to develop all these traits in your personality. And if you really aspire to go into this industry, you can take PD classes. There are easily available classes nowadays for personality grooming. You can choose one mentor who can train you. You can incorporate all these the things that I mentioned. You need to practice in day-to-day lifestyle also, so that you can create a stronger personality, because I believe the first impression is the everlasting impression. So it should be like when you represent yourself, when you showcase yourself, you should be having that very captivating and very strong charisma that it attracts all, not just in terms of your appearance, but in terms of your intellect, in terms of your communication power, in terms of your speaking skills, in terms of having that strong eye contact with the audience, so that you leave the sparkle wherever you go. So be that sparkle. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, super, ma'am. Actually, it is very nice. Now, problems regarding gender equals and the beauty pageants.
Sorry, your voice was breaking. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, ma'am, I was asking, like nowadays we talk about gender equality. So, did you have any such kind of experiences?
About gender equality or inequality?
did you face any kind of gender inequality while
Okay,
participating in this competition?
Yes, got it. No, fortunately not. Fortunately not. And I believe nowadays people are getting aware. They are really being much more aware of the things, the issues related to gender inequality, and people are being more and more educated. And I believe we are living in a society where, yes, there are problems. There are some of the myth or some of the old customs which are still going on in rural areas or in village areas. And even educated people also sometimes follow the sort of social stigma, or we can say taboos. But so far, I was fortunate enough because I was born in a family where girls and boys, they are equally treated. Rather, girls are more pampered. So I always have been a very super pampered daughter, and also a super pampered daughter-in-law in my in-laws home. And yes, nevertheless, a very super pampered wife also. So far I haven't ever faced gender inequality. But yes, if I talk about social aspect, then yes, still we have to be little more concerned about girls' safety. So that is a concern that always has been a concern in a country like India. So yes, that is something else. But yes, if personally I say, I was lucky enough, I never faced something as such. Rather, I feel being a girl has been a blessing for me, and I really cherish my womanhood. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am, I was just I had some issues. Are you able to hear me, ma'am? Ma'am, I'm audible? Ma'am, am I audible to you? Ma'am, I'm audible to you? Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I was waiting for you.
Yeah, sorry. I had network issues.
It's all right.
So, ma'am, I was about to ask, like, because I've seen that you have done so many pageants. So, would you like to go for Bollywood films or go for modeling?
Yes, this is a question which everyone puts up, but no, I feel it's not my cup of tea at all. Acting or modeling, hardcore modeling, no, I'm not interested in. Yes, I'm happy being a pageant winner, and I love to carry my profile in such a way that I always become capable of giving back to society, and that would be by another ways, but not through acting or modeling, because I believe um, that's something I'm quite not interested in.
But ma'am, you're also a social activist. When I was reading about you, you are actually different from the people who are into such kind of beauty pages. So, how did you get into this field? Why social work and being a social activist? Why do you like it?
Here, I would like to share my opinion and viewpoint that I believe beauty pageants, the concept behind organizing and executing beauty pageants was that being a beauty pageant winner, the individual actually becomes a role model for the society who really can create some changes or can bring some awareness or can give something back to the society, because people follow the person, people listen to the person, and she or he, whosoever, they become the representative. They represent the certain title which they have won. And I believe that title or that designation should be useful for bringing changes into the society. Acting, modeling, or doing ramp walks, or such kind of thing, I think they are gone are those days that beauty pageant winners just need to step into this. I believe the core objective behind organizing beauty pageants was to create such role models who can actually bring the changes in the society which are required, which are must needed, which are essential. So I always wanted to give something back to the society, and hence I chose that I would love to work as a philanthropist other than acting or modeling or something. I am not discriminating anything, or I'm not underestimating anything. I equally respect all the works. I equally have respected for all the models, actors, and people in the glamour world. But me being part of the glamour world also, I chose being actively, work in the society or the social issues. And that is why I chose the field where I can give something back to the society. So hence I'm working as brand ambassador for national brand ambassador for women empowerment, health education ambassador of India, and I'm working for youth empowerment also. And currently, I am the state vice president of National Youth Council of India. I am working for free education app called Vidya. So I'm the wellness ambassador from Rajasthan to this app. And also, as you mentioned, that I'm working with United Nations and one more organization from India. And on behalf of that, I'm working for environment also. And currently, I'm the brand ambassador of Indo-Nepal Green Mission, which was given by United Nations Executive Director, Mr. Eric Solem. So I love working in these arena like health, women empowerment, education sector, health sector, youth empowerment. And also currently I'm working for thalassemia patients. So I'm looking forward that if I can contribute a little also in bringing some changes, then I would feel blessed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's wonderful, ma'am. You have been actually working for so many organizations. You're ambassadors for so many national as well as international organizations. Can you, would you like to share any of your experiences when you are the ambassador? You must be working for them, working for some kind of activities for them. Would you like to share any of your experiences as an ambassador?
Well, there has been really different kind of experience altogether. To summarize, it won't be easy, but yes, it has been a great learning process for me as well. Because I believe learning and teaching, it is a mutual process. When I go to teach something, automatically I'm learning something also. So everything, every platform has taught me something. Every single exposure has taught me something. And I really feel myself being enriched with the knowledge day by day. Different organizations I'm working with, different institutions I have worked with, they have always taught me some or the other thing. And I thoroughly have enjoyed this enriching experience. And it has no doubt, it has filled me with lot of nectar of knowledge, nectar of compassion, how to be humble, how to remain grounded, and how to be actually empathetic to the needy people, how to bring changes in the rural areas, how to feel exactly what the pain they are suffering, because we being privileged one, we are still much better than what other people in the rural areas or people who are needy they are suffering. So I believe there's a lot to learn. And when we go to the field, when we actually talk one to one regarding, let's say if it's for working for women empowerment, then I can, day by day I am learning a lot from different women who are actually very talented, but they are not getting the right platforms. So yes, it is a learning process for me too, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's something I would say that yes, it's teaching me a lot, and that's really adding to my profile.
Every experiences that we have, every kind of work we do, yes, it adds to our profile. And yes, ma'am, one more question. What, according to you, is an empowered woman?
An empowered woman, in my point of view, is not just being successful, not just being established woman, but an empowered woman should be socially, physically, educationally, academically, psychologically, financially, and also socially so strong, socially so all these aspects should be so strong that she feels empowered from within, not just one very aspect. Like there is uh, empowerment, I believe it's a very broad term which has very minute subdivisions inside. So one has to feel empowered, one has to be empowered in all the different aspects in order to be empowered as a whole. So yes, the key components, they are education, they are access to right employment opportunities. It also includes financially being independent. It also includes right to good health. She should be well aware of her basic human rights, because yes, even this I find that people don't understand what their basic fundamental rights are. So all these things, they really need to be first aware of what really empowerment means. And today's world, I believe that women, they are already empowered. The need is not to create an empowered woman, but the need is definitely to create a society where they can fit in the empowered women. So this is how I would like to define here.
Yeah, that was an excellent answer, ma'am. And yes, because you have been so busy with your beauty pageants, you are a biochemist, and then you are a social activist, you are an entrepreneur. So after doing all this, how do you maintain the balance between your personal and professional life?
Yes, that is actually a very great question, because yes, time management is a very big skill. I won't just here give an answer for just sake of replying and won't give a fake reply. I would love to be honest. Yes, time management, it actually becomes a task for me at times. ऐसा नहीं होता है that बहुत easy है मेरे लिए भी, but yes, it is a skill to actually manage your timings in such a way that you can make a great balance between your public life, social life, personal life, and your professional life. So one has to be very much peculiar and very much specific on what and how much time needs to be given to each and every dimension of your life. Because yes, as an individual, I have my social life also, I have a public life also, I have a family life, a personal life, and a professional life. And until and unless all these components are balanced, all these individual lives are not balanced, then yes, we cannot manage a good, happy life. So I make sure that I work equally on my personal life also and my professional life also, because if I don't keep myself personally happy or personally complete in terms of my spending time with my family, or even having my own space, which we all need, right, like personal space. So one has to first be well equipped with all those things so that I can do my best in my professional life and of course in social life too. So yes, I make sure that I make a great balance. Time management is a big tool, I would say, that we all need to practice in our day-to-day life. Apart from that, yes, whenever there are like very much stressed or quite hectic situations in managing the schedules or the busy timings, I keep taking little breaks, maybe by little vacations, a short trip, or maybe an evening date with my husband, or spending time with my kiddo who is just like 5.5 years old. So taking breaks, like spending time with nature, listening music, or following any of your hobby, or practicing meditation, or even listening to chants. So since I'm a religious person, so even spending time with doing some spiritual activities also is a big recharge for me. So one has to keep recharging and rejuvenating oneself so that we become prepared for the next upcoming task or the challenge. So this is how I think we all need to balance our life and keep taking short breaks so that you can get time to recharge yourself.
That was a wonderful tip, ma'am, that we need to take breaks. We need to manage time and we also need to take breaks to recharge ourselves. And ma'am, what are your future goals?
Sorry, ma'am, please repeat the
Your,
question.
your future goals, ma'am. I was asking about your future goals.
I would, since I said I really believe in giving something back to society, so I have like my own goals in this arena. First, the first and foremost thing that I'm currently working on is making situations and making little easier for thalassemia patients, because this is one campaign and mission I'm working on currently. So I would love to, if possible, like if God is like great enough, I would love to contribute something, at least in making their life a bit comfortable, because they really struggle a lot. They really have very hard life. So this is what I'm currently working on. Other than that, I would love to work. I have this thing in my mind that in future I would love to do something as much as I can for street kids, because education is the basic right, and the street children, they are devoid of that. So I would really love to do something for them, and also for orphans and the elderly people. So these things are the key points that I would love to work on. These are the social goals. And in terms of my professional life, so since we are into business, so yes, that is another goal, that I would love to scale more heights in our export business.
Yeah, that's wonderful, ma'am. And we hope that all your goals come true. And lots of best wishes for you for all your future goals, and you may fulfill whatever you have thought. And yes, before leaving, would you like to give a message to our audience?
Yeah, surely. Those all who are watching, those all who are going to watch it later, I would just say two things. First, life is a very small journey, a very short journey, which we often take it for granted. So please don't take it as we are not permanent here. We are travelers, and we really need to do a lot in this short span of time. So do your best, give your best, live to the fullest. Don't count years in your life, but rather I would say add life in your years, and make your life so very enriched, so very rich, and live life king size. Secondly, I would like to mention one quote here. The art of all arts is to make one's life a perpetual victory. So always live with this victorious and optimistic attitude, and nothing will ever let you down. Live for your dreams, complete complete your dreams, or at least try to pursue your dreams and follow your passion. Never compromise on your dreams, because a person without dream is like a dead man walking. So please follow your dreams, follow your passion, and give your best. And I am very much sure that the universe and the God will definitely fulfill your wishes. So this is what I want to mention here, ma'am. And it was really wonderful interacting with you. You were really a good host. And thanks to IDYM, Mr. Ravi Shankar sir, for giving me this wonderful and beautiful opportunity to have this opportunity to share my own inspiring story with all of you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was really nice to have you on the show, and it was really good interacting with you. It was again an inspiring stories to inspire the world, as the title of the show is Beyond Education, Inspiring Stories to Inspire the World. So it was one more inspiring stories. And with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you, ma'am, for joining with us, for sharing your valuable experiences with us. And I also thank Ravi sir and the whole team of IDYM for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Goodbye, ma'am.